happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. Sorry, Jimmy, that's a terrible impression. Hiya, guys, it's Matt SB here, Championship Connoisseur, the predictions man from YouTube. I am here giving my Sheffield United versus Coventry City preview as a Sky Blue fan, a game I'm looking forward to going to on Friday night. I've never seen Coventry win at Bramall Lane, and I'm not sure if that's going to change, but let's talk about it. Well, at the time, I was shocked, upset, confused, but I have started to come round to the idea that it wasn't the worst decision in the world. You can understand 7.5 years of success under Mark Robins. It was quite difficult for Coventry fans to say goodbye, and boy, did Doug King have to get the appointment right, and I think he has. Well, Frank Lampard did come in as Mark Robins' replacement, and I will say once again, what a job Mark Robins did. He really did build us up from the ashes, and we wouldn't be where we are without him. But he did get off to a poor start this season, and Frank Lampard has turned that around. With 10 wins in our last 12 games, we are now up to 5th. And might face Sheffield United, Burnley or Leeds in the playoff final potentially. Frank Lampard's done an incredible job. There is a real buzz around the city, the fans are enjoying it, the players all look very happy. Yeah, it's just a real good camaraderie about Coventry City right now, and that's the main thing. Frank Lampard has brought positivity back to the club. Well, Frank Lampard has tinkered with the team depending on who the opposition are. We do like to play a 4-3-3 with Jay Da Silva and Van Evak as the fullbacks, with Thomas and Kitchen as centre-backs. Dovin has done well in goal this season, and then I expect to see 3 up front, probably being Mason Clark, Haji Wright and Sakamoto. I would expect an unchanged team after that 3-0 win against Sunderland just before the international break. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say Haji Wright. He got a hat-trick last time against Sunderland. He's only just come back from injury, and he was our joint top scorer last season. And also watch out for Mason Clark. Those tricky feet down that left-hand side can be a real nightmare for any right-back in this division. Well, I don't like this kind of question, but I'd maybe go with the left-back area. We play Jay Da Silva, who's a more attacking left-back, but he is quite short in stature and not particularly strong, I would say. Otherwise, Jake Bidwell can play left-back. He's a bit more solid at the back, but he's not as good going forward. So left-back is maybe where you could exploit us. Well, if it's anything like the last game, both teams will score. Obviously, that was a 2-2 draw. You do have to factor in that Anel Ahmedhodzic did get a red card, so it did change the game state, of course, and Coventry obviously were the team on top in the second half. But Coventry are an attacking team. We do concede, though. We don't keep clean sheets too often, so once again, I do think both teams might score, but I know Sheffield United are very solid at the back. Well, from an outside perspective, I do think you're a very strong, solid team with a real camaraderie. Of course, having Chris Wilder, who is a club legend as the manager, but he's also obviously a Sheffield United fan. And you are on the back of beating Sheffield Wednesday in the Steel City Derby, so there will be, like I say, a real togetherness with this group coming into this game. I've noticed that you're top of the away table and second in the home table. Not a massive difference there, but is that something we can exploit? Probably not. But as for individual players, I think Cooper is fantastic. I think you're very good defensively. We have scored more goals than Sheffield United this season, which is something I will highlight. But do I see Coventry scoring more than 1 at Bramall Lane? I don't know. I think if Sheffield United do get 1 or 2, you might just grind it out. Very good at winning by 1 goal. And also, Gustavo Hamer is a player I absolutely love. I think he's probably one of the best players in the Championship, if not the best. Callum O'Hare, I know he doesn't always start for you, but it would be typical if he pops up with a goal against his former team. As for a prediction then, oh God, I'm going to say it. Sheffield United 2, Coventry 1. This will be my 4th time to Bramall Lane. I've only ever seen us score once, and I've never seen us win here. I would be delighted with a draw, if I'm being honest. Coventry City are on 59 points. We've got Sheffield United and Burnley next. I'd take 2 draws, but I don't know if we're going to do that. I think the Blades might just sneak it 2-1. Well, just type in Matt SB, prominently on YouTube, doing predictions with my sister, where I tend to get most of them wrong. I hope I get that Sheffield United 2-1 prediction wrong, by the way. And do feel free to look for me as Matt SB on Instagram or Twitter as well. Finally then, my predictions on where both teams will finish this season. I think Sheffield United might just get the job done. I'm going to say second place for the Blades. I do think it could hinge on what happens in that massive game between yourselves and Burnley at Turf Moor though. And as for Coventry, I think we will get the playoffs wrapped up. I'm going to say 5th place. And like I say, potentially we could play Sheffield United in the playoff final if you finish 3rd.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
We will see if that happens, but I reckon Sheffield United get top 2 and Coventry will finish in the playoffs, where hopefully we can win them, but we've lost our last 2 trips to Wembley. Can I just say though, once again, before I go, a massive thank you to Jimmy for having me on the Blades Ramble. Make sure you are all subscribed to him. Let's get him up to 7k, and like I say, maybe there'll be Premier League content coming on the Blades Ramble next season.
And totally redeem yourself!
Thanks again for having me. Take care, everyone. I'll see you at Bramble Lane.
My man.